Hi, I'm Cindy and I'm a director at Cheeky Little Media, and I'm excited to be here today because I'm going to draw Ginger.
Tell me you're seeing what I'm seeing.
I like Ginger because she's a carrot. She's a very brave, cautious, sometimes clumsy character, and she has a lot of really cool adventures with her three little pals, the P-Rexes. So if I was going to draw Ginger, I would focus on the big shapes first. So I'm just going to draw her round bottom, and then thinking about her head shape. So I'm going to draw the round part crossing over. Then she's got a squarish nose which comes around there. She looks a little bit like a hippo. I've got a good rough there, I think, of basically her shape. I'm going to draw over the top with a different pen and try and get it looking a little bit more like Ginger. So her eyes sitting about in the middle of her head, and then she's got that little horn on her nose and a big lip here. She's got the two big horns at the top. Carefully drawing in this frill, which is like a big curve across the top of her head. Then draw in her back. I'm just going to draw in her feet. That was a little short, but really it's quite big. And it looks like that green tufty shape that comes out of the ground. Just to make her feel a little bit more like a carrot, I'll draw in a couple of the lines that you can see when you eat a carrot. And not to forget her little nostril, which she breathes from. So that's my rough drawing of Ginger. Colouring in is sometimes what can make a drawing come to life a little bit. I'm just going to colour in her looking orange because that's basically her colour. Because if I press a little more firmly, that lovely orange colour is a little darker around the edge, a little darker on that back leg so it looks like it's sitting a bit behind her. Just colour in her face. Add a little bit of shading on the edges of those frills, have that green part sticking up so she can, it's a helpful way for her to hide. One last thing I like to do sometimes when I do a drawing like this is if I put a shadow underneath her on the ground, it makes it look like she's really standing on the ground. Just colour in under there. And that's my drawing of Ginger. Drawing for me is a great way to learn about how something moves or something works or somebody behaves. Sometimes you can see a person walking down the street and they walk with a lot of energy, and sometimes people walk really slowly. And in my job, I have to understand those things to be able to do my job well. So I become good at looking at things and understanding things. I like both. The great thing about drawing on a computer is it's easy to undo mistakes. I can draw and then I have a button that I can press and it can undo something, so it helps me to get things right. But the difference I think with paper is you can try lots of different pens and pencils and big charcoal and other things that make drawings look interesting. They're not always just one solid, strong line on a computer screen, and then there's a lot more chance to play around and make it fun and interesting. There's a saying somewhere, practice makes perfect, and if you just keep trying, you probably will improve. One day I wanted to draw a seagull and I did quite a lot of drawing just to try and get the seagull right, and first they were little scribbles just to understand that there are really a circle and a triangle with two legs, and then I just kept drawing it over and over. I really do think anybody can draw. The reason I believe that so strongly is everybody has a hand and everybody has a brain and everybody can get paper and pencils, and it just means sometimes people might draw a little differently than other people. Some people like to draw lots of detail and get every little tiny piece of that thing that they're drawing. I think the really important thing about drawing, if you like doing it, is just to make the drawing reflect who you are and show the things that you like.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all of Cheeky Little's uploads, competitions and other exciting news, please register here.